Back with Golden Black Live. Nojel Eastern joins us along with Brian Neubert, and we are want to thank our sponsors real quick. Hilton Garden Inn, Triple X on the hill but on the level, a Purdue tradition since 1929. And of course, State Farm agent Trent Johnson and John Basham and the good folks at Basham Rental. I think all of that, every one of our sponsors spends a fair amount of time in Mackey Arena watching the Boilermakers play. And Nojel, it's sophomore year, and you're into it deep again because it's getting near to go time. You still have a month away from that first game, or 3 weeks away, I guess. But tell us how practice has gone so far and how you feel heading into this 18-19 season.
So practice has been going good. Every day we just try to improve on something little, defense, offense, because it's kind of a brand new team, a different kind of a team from last year's team and the previous teams before that. So we're just still learning to continue to compete, continue to go hard in practice, and then hopefully that translates over to the games.
Yeah. This is a completely different team, I mean, for the most part. In the best case scenario, what defines it? What do you want to be?
A team where we have fun. It's going to be fun to be on the court because we have so much speed, so much athleticism, so many athletes where we can get the crowd into it, get dunks and get transition, get steals, turn into a defensive type of team. I know that's one thing that Coach Payne always talks about is defensively, and I feel like we can be a very good defensive team, and then that transition to offense. And once the crowd gets going, once we have 14,000 people into the game with our energy, I feel like that's one thing we can bring to this type of a team.
Your length is just by looking at you say this guy looks like a natural defender, a guy that's going to be able to stop folks. But you've had to, almost all high school guys are also known for what they can do offensively. Where did you get? Did your mindset change in college, or have you always had that mentality going in that, hey, I know that's part of my role is to be a stopper and be a guy that's going to be hard to score against?
From high school, you never really think about, let me play defense, so.
That's an honest answer.
Yeah, to be honest, you never, I wanted to win games, and defense requires win games, so, but transition to college, I played on a good team last year, a lot of seniors, a great team that put the program on their back, so I just tried to do whatever I could to stay on the floor, and getting stops was one main thing, so, just continue to do that now that I really just turn my body around, try to get stronger, faster, and stuff like that. I just try to be a defensive stopper, or whoever's in front of me, I just try to stop them because I have the ability to guard taller, quicker, faster, shorter, what type of guards it is. So I just try to use that for my advantage.
Yeah. We've talked a few times throughout the offseason about the importance of leveraging your speed and athleticism in terms of getting out in the open floor, kind of making those plays that would get the crowd kind of into things. Seems to speak to turnovers. Do you expect this to be maybe a higher pressure defensive team that could create more turnovers and create more of those opportunities to get yourself, to get Carson, to get Aaron, whoever it may be out in the open floor?
Oh, absolutely. This team, I feel like we can be a very good or rebounding team. Obviously, we have enough guards and we have enough speed and athleticism to be able to pick up full court or be able to contain a dribble in half court. I feel like we do have those abilities, so we can get off the rim and go get easy layup transition because we have speed and athleticism. So I feel like that could be one key aspect that we can really be known for this year.
Last year, and any freshman comes in, and you certainly had your moments of getting the job done, and yet it's always a challenge to do that. Is there a time where you said, all right, I know I belong? Was it a particular time in the season, or have you always felt that from the get-go that, hey, I know I'm good enough to play at this level, and I'm good enough now maybe to excel at this level?
I've always thought that my entire life, no matter the circumstances, no matter if I didn't play at all, no matter if I played 2 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm always going to think that, and I always will, and I always thought that from the beginning since I touched the basketball. It's always improvements that needs to be done in everybody's game, and I'm going to continue to strive and to continue just to work so I can reach our goals, so Purdue can reach our goals, get to the Final Four, win a Big Ten championship, and things like that.
Yeah. There aren't many players like you physically who play your position. That I thought that really manifested itself in the offensive rebounding at Michigan, the physical defense against Penn State. How can you guys best leverage that advantage at your position, you feel like?
You know, it's obviously I think I'm probably one of the tallest guards in, I'm just gonna guess, in college basketball or at my position or in the Big Ten. So I'm just trying to just use that advantage. Whatever you, I'm just, like I said before, I try to be the smartest player on the court, and those type of things don't show up on the stat sheet. Obviously, rebounding, assists, points, those type of things like that. But doing the little things, like getting rebounds as a guard, or instead of taking off the pressure off Evan and Matt and Emmanuel and those type of guys on our team, just take the pressure off of them, get rebounds, so I can just continue to push in the transition, get myself open shots, get myself to the rim, and get my teammates open shots as well.
I've seen you a couple times. I don't know, maybe you guys were just screwing around, but you went with the post-entry group. Is that something you guys are working on when you have a 6-foot point guard or whoever it may be on you?
Oh,
you might be able to take them down to the rim?
Absolutely. I just try to use my size, my ability to finish around the rim when I have a smaller guard, because they can't, I'm not going to say they can't stop me, but I'm saying they can't stop the shooter that we have.
Right.
Ryan,
Right.
Matt stepping out for the three now, obviously Carson. You know, if they take me away, then we have a wide open shot. So I feel like it's a win-win for our type of team. I just use that to spread the floor out, get easy layups, and get my teammates open shots.
You were in this boat last year when fans and observers, they come and they want to see what Nojel Eastern looks like when he's on the floor. Tell me what we're going to see with Travion, with Eric, with Emmanuel, even with Evan, the new guys. Tell me, give me a sentence on each one of them and what they bring to the table.
I'll say Eric is an athletic guard. You know, really athletic and get in transition. You know, plays hard. And really, he's really quick.
Yeah.
He's one of those quick guards that can get to the rim. He can shoot it. That's one thing I think about E. Emmanuel's super freak athlete.
Yeah.
You know, when he gets around the rim, it's hard to contain him up there.
Yeah.
So Evan, he plays really hard. He can step out, shoot it, beat you off the dribble. That's one guy that he's really. If you get him angry, it's not gonna go well for you. So he could pretty much do it all post up. And then Trey, losing quite a bit of weight.
Yeah.
He's been looking good, getting up and down the court really well. You know, once he really realized his size and strength around the rim, he's going to be very dangerous to guard in the post area, in the mid area as well. So, you know, that's all four of them is going to be a big piece for us this year.
Yeah.
Or five?
Four.
Four.
Yeah,
Okay,
four of those
I was
guys.
right.
You got other newcomers, but
Yeah.
those four are the new ones. Yep.
It would seem like you've got a couple real high energy guys in the front court. Evan, Matt, Grady, you and Carson. I don't think effort's ever going to be an issue. Can effort this year overcome any sort of adjustment that might come with youth?
Absolutely. If we play hard, obviously we're all here for a reason.
Yeah.
We played basketball our whole lives. We got to Purdue for a reason. He recruited us for a reason. So we're good enough to play at this level. We're just gonna have to adjust. It's the new team. Effort, get playing as hard as you can and doing the little things. Obviously, some days the ball's not gonna go in the rim, but you can't stop us from just playing hard and continue to get stops. What player that really can't finish around a layup? So if you get stops and get in transition, get easy layups, that's probably the easiest way to play basketball. So effort this year is probably gonna be big for us. You know, since we don't have like many returners, efforts in playing hard and defense is going to be really big for us.
I know a couple questions here, but down to academically, you're in your, technically in your third semester. You came in summer initially, I assume, too, when you first came in. All right, what have you found that you like academically, and after basketball, what is Nojel Eastern going to be when he grows up?
Academically, you know, Purdue is actually a really tough school.
Yeah.
Academically, I'm not in the engineering program for a reason.
Yeah.
That's just not my strong suit. But
I wouldn't either. So you're all right.
It's not my strong suit.
Nope.
But you know, I'm trying to do something that I can see myself doing down the road. You know, whatever.
What do you like? What have you found?
You know, something that involves basketball. I'm very good with marketing, talking. You know, I try to be. After basketball, I'm gonna try to be an entrepreneur. You know,
Be good.
own my own business or get to that level. I'm not saying it's going to happen right away, but just try to continue to build so I can one day own my own business and just be an entrepreneur one day.
Are you a fashion guy, or are you? I mean, what kind of clothing? Who knows?
I'm pretty. I think I'm a pretty basic guy. If I need to look good, I can look good a little bit. But on the most days, I just like to wear a chill little outfit. Just nice sweats, nice sneaks, and nice sweatshirt.
You can look good with stuff that you do here too. You're
absolutely.
All right, Brian, got anything else for him?
What can your personality mean to this team? Obviously, you're in a little bit of a leadership transition. I've always thought personally, perhaps I'm wrong, that you have the right personality for leadership. I don't think I'm wrong, but you probably don't think I'm wrong. But just what can your personality mean to this group?
I just try to be myself. All the things I do is just a definition of Nojel Eastern.
Yeah.
It's not just because the cameras are watching or because people are around. Whatever I do, I just try to be myself, no matter if it's on the court or off the court. So just me being myself, me being able to relate and be able to talk to all my teammates without being nervous or without holding back. You know what I'm saying? I know how to talk to people. I'm a people's person. I know how to talk to each teammate. I know who I can talk to differently and what I got to say differently than each and every player. So I just try to use that and use my personality to keep the team in high spirits, keep myself high spirits, and just so we can continue. Because obviously we're going to have a point. Basketball's not perfect, so we're going to have a time where we may be struggling at some point. We just got to continue to keep our heads high, and I'm trying to be that person to do that.
This is one of the great environments of college basketball. You've had a year to go to tour some places, but what will be the things that will drive this place crazy in terms of fans? What things will your team do you think that will make these people make it must-see basketball here this year?
Oh, having fun. We got Aaron. He's coming out of his redshirt season. Sasha's coming out of redshirt season. So we pretty much got everybody on the team this year's playing. And we have a fun group this year. Really fun group. Obviously, it's straight business. We know that. We know we gotta win games. We know we're here for a reason. But basketball's supposed to be fun. So we're just gonna have fun with it. Hitting dunks. Pretty much everybody on our team can dunk. Last year's team, I couldn't say the same. Great players. I love them all. But I just couldn't say we just didn't have the same athleticism on the court at the same time. But this year's team, I think pretty much almost everybody on the team can pretty much dunk. So I feel like when you dunk and hang on the rim, that just brings the energy from the crowd. It just makes the game a lot more fun.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, well, I have one more for you. Go ahead.
Purdue fans have always really appreciated effort. I know fans are obviously drawn to Carson because of his style of play. I'm sure people are drawn to some of your personalities and whatnot. This should be a pretty likable team, I would think. How important is it to get, when you're playing here, to get this place to become kind of your sixth man? I mean, especially for a young team, it has to make a huge difference.
Obviously, if the crowd's not into it, then that's just going to make the game a lot more boring for us, even though we the ones playing. But if we just keep the crowd into it, keep the fun up for us, and continue to win games, I feel like we all should be happy. Us, everybody on our staff, the fans. If we lose, obviously the spirits of everybody is going to start to go down. But so that's our main goal, is to win. So that's why we continue to go hard in practice, continue to get better.
When this place is alive, though, it makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes it's kind of scary because you can't hear anything. But it's always fun to play in, though.
Right.
You're gonna have some pretty electric environments in the month of January here and throughout the course of the year. All right. Well, Nojel, I know you've got a meeting at 1:30 and practice a little bit later. But thank you so much. It was great for me personally to get a chance to meet you, and we appreciate your time today. And we'll look forward to watching you throughout this season. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to take a 2-minute break, bring in Matt Stevens to talk Purdue, Illinois football with Matt and Brian, and break that down in our final segment.